one that's counting up. Down.
Yeah, when does the stream begin in that time span? I'm sorry, what? You can't just start counting up.
Yeah, no, it was.
The stream begins at 8.
Have you started? Has the stream started?
Yes, I've started.
What the shit?
I thought it'd be.
He was going to count down, and then went 1, 2, 3, and it really confused everyone.
Everyone, if you're gonna do 1, 2, 3,
if you
one,
do
two,
3, 2,
go.
1, if we always do 3, 2, 1, then obviously it's going to be 1, 2, 3, go, right?
You didn't say go.
And you said count down. If you said counting up, then maybe we would have known.
I
guess. We wouldn't know what you're counting up to.
Yeah, maybe you were gonna count up 1, 2, 3, and then count down.
Well, next time
2,
I'll
1.
say that I'll be counting up, all right?
I'm just saying that
And then
when
I'm
we
going to
record
count
Beam
down.
Saber, I'm very particular about my countdowns. You know, I do like a whole preamble before.
I'm aware. I'm well aware. However,
Okay.
this is just me taking revenge for all the intros that you've ruined. Honestly.
Yes. Speaking of which.
Well, I mean,
Toast
the
your
thing
voice.
is, if I hang on,
voice.
Tap said 3 times. I can't ruin an intro if I ruin it already. Hey, welcome to PATHCO. It's me. I'm here. Everyone else is presumably also here. I don't know.
I'm not.
They're
here.
kind of secondary to the process.
Spiritually, I'm in Animal Crossing Town.
Metaphorically, you're here. Symbolically.
Yeah, symbolically, it's a good one.
Yeah, so last week, you started a fight against a largish man. Who proceeded to nearly kill Clamvar twice.
Twice!
God.
I believe he's still dying, or has he been upped again?
No, Glamvar's still dying.
Glamvar's still lying, but Gilhelm has dragged him out of the fray a bit.
Yep, to continue
Let's
to
make sure what
die.
we can do, though. Yeah.
He is
Die in a more
currently,
convenient place.
he's mid-expiring.
Oh, no. Terrible
Apollyon got a
day.
skeleton named Keith.
Yes.
And
Captain
some others.
Captain Fossil is here.
Yes.
Apollyon summoned some dogs.
Yes, this is true.
I think that's everything. I think
My
that's everything
cool
notable from this
Crocodile,
There's-
lion, dogs.
Horrible flying frog things with eyes, and another bin bag.
They don't
Yes.
fly, they're just frogs.
Yeah, it's the
Oh.
bin bag that flies.
The bin bag
Yeah.
flies. Cool.
Oh
No, my bin bag.
Oh no, my bin bag.
Fantastic.
I don't know why that's so
Excellent
good.
characterization.
I don't know why that's so good.
I'm
It's
just a comedy
fantastic.
genius, that's why.
Yeah,
It's very good.
honestly, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's an old code, but it checks out. Sigmund, it's your turn.
Right, Sigmund von Beck.
Sigmund von Beck. It's not the other Sigmund.
No. So, Sigmund is surrounded by these guys.
Just these guys, yeah, they're just
guys.
random people.
These
So-
dudes.
So these dudes, just a couple of guys, couple of dudes. So I believe for the ones that are on this level, I've
Yes.
passed my test against
Yes.
their gaze. The one
Yes.
that's down here, I don't think I have yet. I don't think any.
I don't think it's had the opportunity to attempt it. No.
Yeah.
But-
There's a couple of summoned cool creatures behind this bigman. And had he
So the-
summoned something else? Oh yeah, he summoned some more bin bags. That's...
The bin bags were already here, but they were kind of hanging underneath the overhang of the roof, bat style.
Oh, sure. Okay, cool. So Sigmund is gonna go for the things that are around him.
Fair.
And
Yeah,
that's
seems
very
like a-
good egg.
That is a good one. I was thinking about some riff on it, and
I was
yeah,
going for it. I couldn't quite get there because I was talking and trying to decide what combat moves at the time.
it's good.
So yeah, Mace of Spades on the one north of me, so the one that's behind our battle line, as it were. That seems
Yeah, that seems fair.
to start with.
Because he could like coup de grace Glamvar right now, which does seem bad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have reach, but you know, he's up in that biz.
Yeah, it just seems to. Let's just get that off the table.
Yeah. Do you have a face claim for Sigmund?
If I did, it's mostly been supplanted by Monzart by now anyway. So
That's
not-
fair. Fair enough.
I have face claims to some of my other characters, but not necessarily Sig.
That makes sense. I think PATHCO's pretty visual. You know, I think the stylistic tone of PATHCO, if we did an animated series, Mon would have to be the like primary storyboard artist.
Yeah.
And like,
Probably.
yeah, visual concept man.
I can't
Anyway,
remember
please
what,
continue.
I can't remember what the AC was like on these guys. So
They
Not
don't look.
good.
Yeah, they don't look too
Yeah, so I'm
hefty.
gonna-
Shit, I should probably open all the fucking
Yeah.
articles and stuff, huh?
So
Well,
I'm
find out.
declaring I'm declaring dual wielding. I'm declaring power attack. So
And you've got my +2s. I appear to be like
Well,
Bless you.
oh Christ!
So,
Thank you.
yeah. So power attack is I can't remember my power attack. I think it's -2+4. Yeah, it's -2+4. Power attack like that. Additional hit modifier is +2 from Dave, -2 from dual wielding. So that's that. 21.
Nice. That's pretty good.
That's a solid hit.
All right. Damage roll. Power attack is 4. Not 40, but 4. Additional modifier 2 from Dave. 16
Sometimes
points
your
of
damage is 40, to be fair.
It can happen. Not on one hit. Not on one hit. Well,
Trick.
Honestly, I severely doubt that you. Oh, okay. Well, probably not in one hit, but still.
He's still standing, but he is extremely bloodied. I think you just sort of swing the weapon down, and this guy is essentially, I think, a little bit taller than Dave, so he kind of crumples beneath the attack.
okay. Now, I was going to follow up with the Mace of Spades on him, but I'm not, because I get a free shield bash, and I don't want to bash him into the land bar. So,
That's
That would be
fair.
hilarious.
shield, Sigmund is about to, thinks, taps his head 3 times, and then does the shield
With
bash.
what? In one hand he has the mace, and in the other he has the shield. How
There's
does
a,
okay, anyway.
there's a third arm that
Oh, of
doesn't
course.
make any sense that he taps it with.
No,
It's
you say
someone
that,
else's
we
arm. It's pretty
we do
clearly.
have a character that does have a third arm that does that. So,
It's true.
Dave, Sigmund leans down, and Dave can tap his head 3 times.
Ah, there you go.
So the free shield bash on the guy in.
What if the shot is it's someone else's arm that is pretty clearly not Dave or Sigmund's, and it's like
Yeah,
it's just never referred to again?
yeah, that's good.
Like it's one of the stage hands.
Yeah.
All right. Cold Iron Spikes, if this counts for anything, hit with a 28 on the one in front of me.
Define in front.
The
Between
north
me
or
and
south?
south. So between me and
South.
yeah. So I'm assuming Sigmund is facing.
Don't believe that cold iron contributes to anything, but that does hit.
I mean, spikes
Okay.
are spikes, man.
Spikes
Yep.
are spikes. Power attack is
the extra arm's got a modern wristwatch on it.
He's holding a boom mic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Oh,
13
that's so
damage on
good.
this guy, smack. And because he's been hit with this free shield bash, I think. How does 28 affect his combat maneuver defense?
Probably not great, but I will double check. Nope. Yeah, you beat his CMD there pretty easy.
Okay, by how many increments of 5?
Oh Jesus. So you got a 28.
Yeah.
Oh, 3.
So that's 15 feet backwards,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm assuming sent him. I'm just going to look up the rules first because I realised.
And what was if you smack someone into someone else?
Yeah, I
some
thought.
things do happen actually. Potentially.
Yeah, because
Very embarrassing.
Barratry's ability means that if he bounces someone into someone else, it does a d6 worth of damage.
Yeah. So I'm just going to look that up. Apologies, I didn't realise I'd be doing this quite so.
Archery is a motherfucker, though.
Yeah.
He is a dishonorable son of a bitch. Yeah, that's a good
Absolutely
point.
is. I'm just going to.
Yeah, Awesome Blow says each take 1d6 damage when that happens.
Oh, yes, it's a free bull rush with a bash attack.
Yeah, so Awesome Blow does that. I don't know about Bull Rush.
Or it's just you move someone. Just
Yeah,
move
Yeah,
I can
indeed.
move with-
Anyway.
Oh, you can move with. Interesting.
Yeah, which I probably won't do.
Yep.
It seems unwise.
It does.
There are
if your
probably
attack is
better
successful-
options to be taken. Yeah.
If your attack is successful, your target is pushed back 5 feet. For every 5 feet by which your attack exceeds the opponent's, you can push the additional. So is that when you say it was 3 increments?
So I guess that's 20 feet
That's 20
total.
feet, yeah. An enemy being moved by a bull rush does not provoke an attack of opportunity because of movement unless you possess the greater bull rush feat. Ooh, that's something for the future. You cannot bull rush a creature into a square that is occupied by a solid obstacle, which I'm assuming Barratry counts as, because him big.
Yeah.
If there is another
Him
creature
big.
in the way of the bull rush, you must immediately make a combat maneuver check to bull rush that creature. You take a -4 penalty on this check for each creature being pushed beyond the first.
Fucking-
Well,
Man, that's kind of fantastic.
I like
Please
that
try
there's,
and bull rush
Domino
Barracks.
effect.
Yes,
Does
just
this- Yeah, so I guess do I carry? I don't keep the 28. I've got to make another
CMB check, yes.
CMB check. Yeah, I don't think I can just train
God.
the 28.
Yes, please just domino this motherfucker.
In which case I might follow up if that's the thing, or I might just knock it backwards because that would be dope.
It's a cool
so-
concept.
It is a
Come into
cool
the hole.
concept. So CMB, where's my CMB? On my sheet because I didn't see what that is. Apologies. Usually I have. Oh yeah. So total is 14. So presumably that's roll 1d20. Oh, I'll just click on it.
Plus 14, yes.
Yeah. That's a 23. Oh, 19 because it's -4.
That does not beat Barrentry's CMD.
Okay, cool.
So I think you rush the blind helm, the blind helm into him, and he just catches its head in one large hand.
Does doesn't say anything about additional? It doesn't say about me knocking him down or anything like that.
I mean, this one could go prone then. Maybe that makes sense.
It doesn't. I think it would be specific if it said it did that. I think the chaining is the thing that happens. I think there might be a different
Fair
thing you
enough.
get that knocks them prone. But anyway, like after Barratry giving this kind of like, oh, I hope you do better than the other one. It's like like we're basically just having a battle of strength with this guy. In the
I'm
middle.
suddenly imagining you and Barratry ping-ponging this blind time. Sort of.
Oh, God.
Give it a second because I get my next attack, which is against the guy north of me again, which is going to be Mace of Spades again. So that is attack roll, not flanking. Has to be power attack because that has to maintain the same as before. Additional modifier is +2, -2, -5, which gives us a total of 14.
What are you aiming at?
The guy to the north of me.
The guy to the north. That does not hit. It's
Okay.
able to sort of. It looks really, really rough, but it's able to sort of skitter backwards as the mace comes clattering down, as you're kind of going back and forth between the two.
And then I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a shield bash against this guy. I think it's an optional shield bash. I think I have the choice.
Yeah, I assume you don't have to do it because
Yeah.
you're a human being behind a shield.
Because I do want to take this guy out, so I'm gonna try. My last one against him. So attack roll. Oh, I should probably be on the right thing. Flanking, no. Once again, a -2 on the power. This is where the power attack can come and get you. A -2.
This is also a good T-shirt design, Mon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
A 25
Yeah.
25 against who? North or south?
north.
North. Yep, that hits, and he's well. Unless something severely goes wrong, I'm going to take a guess and say he's going down. You can roll damage if you'd like, but
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oof, 15.
yeah, he extremely dies.
How much was the shield? So how many increments above? It's
For a
up to
25, that would be, I think. So it's 5 because you beat it.
It's actually 27 because he's been hit with the Mace of Spades before now, and Mace of Spades makes him more susceptible to bull rush attacks because it's heavily weighted from all the. What used to be booze, but is now whatever is in there, sloshing
Meat.
around.
No.
27. Because if that's another 20 feet, can I do this? I think I can pitch him over Glanvar's head with the bull rush.
Yeah, I think that would be 20 feet.
Yeah, so
You can
he
certainly
go
clear
flying
some
20
space.
feet? He
So
goes
like
from-
there.
Yeah, just like clang,
Boof.
clang. Boof. And, then
And
Sigmund-
yeah, he kind of ragdolls.
Yeah. Sigmund looks at Barratry. How does that match up to your expectations, friend? And he smiles and clangs his mace on his shield again and gives a little come on gesture with his fingers towards Barratry.
Pond
What?
scum, but I'll keep it in mind.
And that's Sigmund's turn.
Polly.
Yes. Okay. First of all, I am going to get up this. Where's this ladder business? How can I get
just
up?
south of Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. In that case, I am gonna go here. Well, I'm gonna have my skeletons move so that I can get up. Do I need to roll a climb for that of some
Yup.
kind?
It's a rainy rooftop. Yeah.
Very well. Climb. Go.
Climber.
Climb. Oh no! Oh, that's
Infamous
literally the
zero.
worst thing
The
I've
infamous zero. The big O.
Bad luck.
Oh, the
There
big
he
O.
goes.
Okay.
Classic Apollyon. So I don't think you make it.
Yeah, Apollyon is sort of climbing this rope. He slips, and as he's falling backwards in slow motion, all around me are familiar faces placed. And
Gary
like he
Jules'
doesn't
man
he doesn't even look sad. He just looks annoyed.
Like resigned.
Yeah.
When he realizes he's less than 2 feet off the ground.
Oh god.
You can grow prone, or you can take a 1d6 damage.
1d6 damage it is.
Fair enough.
Hold on, so if
Do you
someone
want to
wants
roll that, or shall I?
I will
nice
do
at
it.
4.
Okay.
5. Great.
Nice.
Okay. That is pain. Okay. I've taken 5 damage.
So you kind of stumble painfully. I think it's like a cobbled courtyard, and you just sort of land funny and jolt yourself. Maybe catch yourself against the wall on your way down.
Yeah.
But you're still standing.
I am still standing.
After everything.
Okay, that was not
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
successful. Can I see Barratry from here?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, he's
a
pretty
big
big.
man.
Okay, spellcasting time. Let's see
Sorcerer?
what to
Yeah.
unleash on him.
Hitting
Actually,
no difference.
let me quickly look up how if energy. Wait a second.
If energy.
Yeah, if energy.
Jamal.
Okay, is this... Ah, shit, it's touch. Okay. Very well. Okay, in that case... Is this... touch? No, it's range. Ooh, nice. Okay, how many levels 2 spells do I have left? 2, not very many. How long is this day going to go on, do you guys think?
It's 11 a.m.
Are you fucking kidding me? How?
It's 11
That's
a.m.
what
and you've
happens
traveled
is-
like further than you ever have in the space of a day.
Yeah, and I've also burned more spell slots than I ever have.
It's been a rough morning.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. In that case,
So 11, it must be like one, because we've talked to a few people. Maybe it's more like 1 or 2. Or
Yeah,
are you
it probably is like early afternoon now that I
Yeah.
think about it. I think it was probably 11 a.m. when you were coming up
mm.
to the ford.
indeed.
And
Okay.
it's maybe been half an hour since then.
In that case, oh, actually, let me check the range on something. Because this guy is big, which is handy, because okay, the good boys are going to move, and they
GBS, Good Boy Squad.
yes, good boy squad is going to move. Ah, yes, here, and okay, so they are going to move over here.
So Mon is currently penciling out something with a 20
Feet
radius.
radius. I wonder what
I'm
it
sort
could
of
be,
assuming it's a
everybody.
fireball. I'm going to be very surprised if it's not a fireball.
But laugh so hard if it got sucked into the the sphere.
God, yes.
Natural one, and it just goes whoop.
There it goes. Gone forever.
Oh well, gone forever. Okay.
I was saving that fireball for my retirement.
God. Okay. Apollyon, I think, is going to sort of, as he stumbles, go, oh, for crying out loud. And he is going to make sort of like the hands photographer movement, like you know how you put your fingers into like two
like
L
the
shapes.
square.
Yeah, like make the photographer's square. And in the middle of it, little fireball springs into life, and he locks onto Barratry, as it were. And he's going to shout out, "Oi! Leech face!" Wait, no, that's not his voice.
Courier.
Damn. Ugh. I need to clean my mouth. Forgive me, Father, if I have sinned. No, he's going to say, fuck it. I'm just going to fire the fucking fireball.
Long pause.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck
yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Fuck it. Okay, so a 20-foot radius fireball, please, which I believe I will be able to make hit Barratry, these two Blindheims, and the bin bags.
Blindheim.
Actually,
then
I
you're probably
might
gonna
even... no, if I do that, then... Okay,
Hang on, I'm just trying to think about
yeah,
circle
it
sizes
needs
here.
to be a bit bigger, because it's a 20-foot radius, not diameter.
Right, you're right. It actually needs to be twice the size, doesn't
Yeah, it's bigger than the Sphere of Annihilation.
it? Woof.
Yeah,
Russell's not going to be very happy.
indeed.
Oh, that's a good point. Is it a sphere? It's a circle, right?
Yeah, it's a fireball, not a fire cube. So, that would
No,
be.
It's
Is that-
an
is that
explosion.
Circle.
Would be a semicircle, like because it's a little thing that's being shot.
Yeah,
into the ground and then
that's it.
blows
I
up.
was thinking it's an impact, right?
yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Don't really know if he would be able to see that point exactly.
Well, I mean, I can always aim it a little bit higher.
Yeah, he could curveball. I
yeah.
think that seems reasonable.
Okay, sure. Curve the bullet.
I can
Yeah.
always aim it a little bit higher because it's 20 foot down as well. So,
Okay, sure, okay.
It's like bursting into life like a second sun at this afternoon.
God, it's got a cool visual with like the Sphere of Annihilation sort of eclipsing it.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's great. That's an album
Yeah.
cover
Can
art
you
for
give me
sure.
control over the fireball?
Yes. Maybe not. Hang on.
Oh yes, no.
In the case that you cannot, can you move it one towards the north, please? One towards the north. Yes, like
that seems
that.
reasonable. Yeah.
Yes.
Sigma
Okay.
gets is like the very tip of his.
Like so.
It's-
Indeed.
And that's reflex saves, right?
Yes, please. And they are saving against. Let's see. Okay, so no, we probably wouldn't have gotten here from the ass within 10 minutes, right?
I extremely doubt it.
Yeah. All right. Otherwise, my Eagle Splendor would still be active and the DC would be higher, but that is not the case, I believe. So you are looking for the 3rd level spell. I have a bonus of that. So that is going to be a +4. So that's a 17 that I'm looking for, I believe.
Okay, everything except for Barratry fails, unsurprisingly.
Unsurprisingly, indeed. Okay, Fireball is... yep, okay, per caster level. Alright. / roll.
Big numbers, baby.
Fire 'em up, boys.
Big whale.
That could have been better. 28.
Bad.
It's definitely
Okay,
not
that's-
bad.
That's pretty good.
It's about half of
About
what it could
average.
be. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, level average.
it's slightly below.
Slightly below average, which, if anything, is representative of
Apollyon
Apollyon's
Lotto.
performance in general.
Okay, so there is this boom, and everything within the sphere is pretty much decimated in that moment.
Does it make like a big blast of steam because of the rain as well?
Oh, shit.
Yes,
that's dope.
definitely. I think that's, yeah, of course. There we are, sorry. I needed those two things to overlap in the right way, or it would have
Indeed,
bothered
indeed.
me forever. So you notice Barratry kind of silhouetted against the flame, and roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
I'll say just you to angle, maybe take a -2 on that as well.
Okay, understandable. where does this 2 come from? Wait, keen sense. Oh, right, I see. Okay. There we go. Perception, here we go.
For a 20, you see that Barratry's kind of greatcoat is scorching at the edges as he's kind of outlined, almost partially emerging from the sphere, just due to his sheer bulk.
Indeed.
And you even notice this kind of blackened form at the edges is sort of sizzling and churning slightly, tentacular kind of shapes being formed from the surface.
Oh no, he's activated his ember.
You do notice with a 20 that the fire damage does not seem to do as much as you'd anticipate.
Right.
It seems to have done a reasonable amount of damage, but not as much as you'd anticipate.
So that was 14, and because he made the save, and then...
Yeah, this is probably going to be 9 then.
Well,
if he has what I think he does. Or, well, maybe, but elemental resistances are often
foggy.
10, so...
Yeah, it could be 4.
It could be 4.
Well,
that would be... Well, I mean, at least his cronies are vaporized.
My cronies, they've been vaporized.
Oh no,
My
my
bin
cronies.
My bin bag again.
God.
Both of my bin bags. Anything else that you'd like to do on your turn, Polly? The skeletons have still got more movement, and Gilhelm hasn't been.
This is true. Okay, I'm going to move.
I think you've
Gilhelm.
moved these skeletons 5 foot.
Yeah,
each,
I've
if memory
moved.
serves.
I've moved Hambles and Mackenzie 5 feet. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move Gilhelm to here, and I'm going to have him use the claw arm to fire the bear trap at this blind time.
Okay, go for it.
I'm just going to quickly have to open up his character sheet. Here we go. Okay. This is 15 feet, right? Yeah, 15 feet. Okay, perfect. His dex uses +4 to hit. Okay.
And don't forget, I'm also still playing.
Oh yes, indeed.
Music.
So that's +6. Haha.
Welcome.
18. Does
18
it
to hit does hit, yes.
Nice. Okay. That means that it gets slash roll 1d4 plus 2. Does damage also get bonus from Bardic?
Yes.
Physical damage, yes. Weapon damage, does.
Good.
Magic, no. But weapons,
Okay,
yes.
that's
You
5
needed it as
damage,
well.
and it is
So
also...
+2, right? So
You
it's
already
7
had that
damage overall, yeah?
No, I've already added it.
Oh, right, I see.
It's 5 total. And it is also trapped in the bear trap, so it suffers -2 to AC. And it cannot move more than 15 feet away from Gilhelm. And if it wants to get free, it can spend a move action, and it needs to succeed a disable device, escape artist, or strength check against Gilhelm's CMD.
Okay, and can Gilhelm roll a fortitude save, please?
Certainly. What kind of effect is this?
Good question.
Because
it
he
says
is...
it's a constitution-based save.
He is undead, so he is immune to death effects, disease, mind affecting effects, charms, compulsions, morale effects, phantasms, patterns, paralysis, poison, sleep, stun, and any effects that require a fortitude save.
Ah, well, there you go.
Unless the
So
effect also
he
works
is
on
fine.
objects or is harmless, which I believe is not the case.
It's blinding, so define harmless.
Yeah, true. Well, it requires a fortitude save, so from
Yeah,
what I can
so I
tell,
think
he
you're
is
good.
immune to it.
Fair enough.
Indeed.
Go on,
Skeleton
Shrubs.
time.
Yes, skeleton time.
Alan, boys.
Okay, rattling boys. Is this a jump that could be made?
It would require some sort of check.
Okay, I will try this.
I think it seems like an awful long way for something that hasn't got any leg muscles.
God.
A valid
Valid point.
observation.
To be fair, it also has got significantly less weight to carry.
True.
Okay, so what kind of roll would this be?
Acrobatics, I'd assume.
Okay,
Right?
this does not
Either that
have
or
any-
climb, but I suppose
Yeah,
that's
no,
that's
it's okay.
differently kind of shot.
Alright, so that's 1d20 plus 2. 9. Not superb.
Into the ocean.
I'll say that they can make it down, but they don't make like the full distance. I think they can get there in their movement, though.
Right, so I can get here, but movement is used.
Yeah, that's all of his movement.
Right, okay, well, I only need that, because now Keith will
Keith's
attack.
weighing in.
Yeah, Keith's weighing in.
He's deploying law and order, which is what he calls his what he called his arm muscles
Yeah.
in life.
God. Which one is Keith again?
The one who's fighting.
Yes, I know, but in terms of
So,
the
like,
weapons...
Pyro or the Nagachi or the other one?
I don't think we've established. Which
I don't-
means I think it's your call.
Okay, then I will establish now that Keith is the one with the big shield and the spear, so sort of the gladiator one. I will
Cool.
put this in my drawings as
Gladiator Keith.
Keith. And I will say that Mackenzie is the Nagaji and Hambles is the pirate.
There
So
we go.
Keith will use his spear. Let me quickly look up what the damage on the spear is. I believe that's
I think it's
1d8.
1d6.
It's 1d8 for medium, right?
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
You're right. I was thinking of swords. I think.
So that's going to be 1d8 plus 2 from strength. It's 5 damage.
You need to.
Oh,
roll
wait,
the
yes, indeed, I'm stupid. Here, plus 2.
Do the skeletons get the bonuses from body performance?
They have ear bones, so they can technically... Well,
hit. Bones can harmonically resonate.
this is true. Okay, where's the skeleton? Space attack. Okay, so that's going to be 1d20 plus 4. 13?
13 does not hit.
Ah, crumbs.
I think this horrible kind of little thing sort of screeches and skitters back slightly. It's undead,
Yeah.
so it tries the eye beams, but no dice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is only right as well, because Keith's jump was not exactly that nimble, so it would have been easy to sort of avoid that attack.
Yeah, he kind of
And I think...
telescoped that attack slightly.
Yeah. And I think I will use the skeletons that are remaining here to sort of make a wall to protect Glanvar from anything that comes from that general direction.
Seems reasonable.
Down.
Yes. Dwarf down.
Dwarf protection protocol, engage.
My favorite American
DPP.
blockbuster, Dwarf Monk down.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Speaking of,
Yes.
the titular dwarf monk who is currently down.
Is this my first death save for this new unconsciousness, or is it my second?
I thought it was your second. I thought you
I
passed
I thought
the
you,
first one.
yeah, I thought you made one save already.
Yeah, I think it's one successful one. Is what you're on at the moment.
2 successful
That's
ones.
2 successes.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Mm.
How many successes do I have to get before I stabilize?
3.
So, okay.
One more.
And a crit in either direction counts as 2 checks. So,
This could all go very badly very quickly now you've said that.
Yep,
yep. Dave, it's your turn.
it's me.
Just as an aside, briefly, what is Glanvar thinking about while sort of tenuously on the bridge between life and death?
Where the hell were its eyes?
Do you think knowing its eyes would have helped, or?
I mean, it's a valid concern.
Batteries.
Yeah.
I assume we were talking about Barrett. I can't think about what else he would have been talking about.
He's
Well, he
thinking
didn't
about
eat.
Gilhelm.
Oh, as well. He's right there.
Oh.
Oh god.
It's gonna
Oh,
wake
we
up
have
and
a
like,
laugh.
what the?
You what?
It's gonna,
We
when he
have a laugh
wakes,
here.
yeah. When he wakes up, he's gonna be looking around thinking, what's with all the skeletons?
Oh no, I have died.
This doesn't bode well.
Oh. Right. David,
Oh.
is your turn.
I do love that meme.
Mm. Which
The one that Mon's drawing with all the equations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I
That's a
do
good
like
one.
that. Mm.
Oh god, what's it gonna do?
Why do you have Sigmund putting together a kitchen counter?
He's not
No, I'm
playing.
playing ping pong with the what?
He's
Oh,
playing
right,
ping
that
pong,
makes more
yeah.
sense.
The kitchen counter.
He's playing minion ping pong.
Look, you understand my confusion here.
I suppose.
It kind of looks like a kitchen counter before you extend it out.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
could remember the context, but still.
Anyway,
If me wants to go hit something with a sword, but Dave would try and help Glanvor again. I assume I can get past these skeletons being
Yeah.
who they are.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
move through friendly units.
Yeah.
I'm not very big.
Standard Fire Emblem protocol applies.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sir. Says Dave. Coming through. And we'll whap Glanvor with the one of Cure Light Wounds again.
Boop him in the cheek.
We'll poke with it. Glanvor, get out! Which was a D8 plus 5 we established?
Yeah, I think 1 D8 plus 5, just because they're inherently better than potions, aren't they?
Yeah.
Also, I think it's like more of an effort to make a wand. I think it's a higher level thing that you have to do.
Probably.
Yeah.
It is a high level
11
thing.
points of healing, Glanvar,
Not that
and
many,
you
okay.
return to consciousness again with the kind of circular view of Dave standing above you in the rain.
What the hell?
It's okay, Sigma's there now. He can soak up the blows. Probably. Maybe.
Huh?
I hope so.
You hear him shouting in the background, "You'll need a crit to hit me!"
No, Sigma, not again!
I think this guy has a little bit more leeway than.
Yeah!
Yeah, this
He
is
does
true.
not need. He does not
Yep.
need a crit. I've moved. I've done an action.
You've moved standard action, so you do have a bonus,
I'm-
or any swift actions or what have you.
I maintain body performance using lingering
And
force.
talking is already is a free action as well.
I've already done that. No, I think that's me. That's it. That's it for Dave.
That seems fair. Okay, so it is Captain Fossil's turn next, and she is going to move her full movement to the north of.
About the fireball before.
Yes, you're gonna scream at Polly.
That's actually a good question. What does she say to Apollyon? I think she's just like, "We will be having words after this," and she sort of generates. She sort of gestures slightly, but she does note Glanvar to the west there, and I think she's going to jog over to you, Glanvar, drop into kind of a crouch and produce a potion with like a Tide Knight's.
Lay on hands, you know. Oh, I guess she's not a paladin.
She's not a paladin. She is a gunslinger. And she's going to pour a potion into your mouth. If you let her.
You could just give it to you.
Yeah, that's probably more polite.
No,
All right, I
it's
think
a
the
way-
shot is
yeah.
she pushes it into your grip, and then you can drink it on her turn because screw it. So that's 2d8 plus 5, Glanvar.
Oh, a good potion.
8 plus 5.
Overall, protect the dwarf.
Another 12.
Fantastic. So you're up to half your HP actually, aren't you? I don't know Glanvar's total HP.
It's not bad considering he was dead on the ground.
Yeah,
12
progress.
seconds ago.
It doesn't hurt. Right.
I can't actually see that. I can't see the health bar because there's tokens everywhere. So
Oh,
Is that
right,
why? I was trying to work out why I couldn't see that. Oh yeah.
no, it's just it's under half still, but it's fine. I'm not
There we
intending to
go.
get that close again.
That seems reasonable. So Barratry has reach, so he is going to. It's his turn, of course. He looming over Sigmund is going to take 2 hits in quick succession. I need to check his hit modifier.
Okay.
It's a number which is too big, I can tell you that much.
It's ridiculously high. Let me just check how Awesome Blow works.
Is it
Right,
awesome?
okay, so he can do a single attack and do that, or he can do a full round action and hit you twice. It's Barratry, so he's going to hit you twice.
This seems like a fun guy to pilot.
Yeah.
Boundary,
like a
yeah,
fun-
he's kind of fun. I'll show you a stat block when we're actually done.
Yeah.
But
He's
like,
got
you know,
these-
he's a...
He's got lots of minions as well, so like the action economy is quite good as well. 'Cause
Indeed.
that's where kind of big boss monsters fall down in D&D, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
Well, that's basically it. That's where I was like, because if you have one monster, then it's quite easy for you guys to cluster around him, and I feel like that kind of minimizes the effectiveness of the monster.
Yeah.
So I've gone for something a little bit like, obviously his minions are very clearly mobs, but
Bin bags.
anyway,
The bin bags.
in my bin bag.
It's just,
Just
okay.
one of those things I find very satisfying.
It's just one of those things, isn't it?
Yup. So that's that. Does the 34 hit you, Sigmund?
34 does hit me.
Okay. Jolly good.
That's debatable.
It's good for me.
Yeah, I suppose.
22 points of damage, and that's basically this great axe is like long. It's it's proportional to Barratry himself. It's a little bit. I think it's actually still a little bit shorter than he is, just because he's huge. But yeah, and it's kind of an overhead swing of a just poof down onto you, and then he's going to try and go for like the backswing.
Sure.
Just to pass the time. 19, which I think doesn't hit.
Yeah, I think 19 doesn't hit, and I think like gets oof. Sigmund gets hit, and then the backswing comes around and he just catches it on the shield of Arbella, and just like we get this scene of him like his arm straining and just holding it as he wipes some blood from his mouth. He's not bloodied, but like we just get a shot of him wiping something from his mouth. And
That's
just goes,
a lot.
Not bad, not bad.
Nice catch. And he grins.
That was cooler than what I was imagining, which was Sigmund like limboing under it as it came back around.
It's the old 1-2, and Sigmund limbos under the first one and catches the second.
God.
Speaking of Sigmund, it's now Sigmund's turn. I think the grey circle is like ash, by the way. It was just kind of maybe there's some still kind of hanging in the air, which I kind of like.
Make it transparent.
I don't know.
That is unfortunately not a feature in Roll20 because I have looked for it on many occasions.
Yeah, that's not a thing. Hang on, let me see. You keep doing your thing. I'll keep looking.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take my 5-foot step, which does not provoke attacks of opportunity, and close the gap.
I know it's been 5 years.
It's been 5 years. That's okay. I'm reminding myself because I'm very worried about taking an attack of opportunity.
Pathfinder.
That's pretty reasonable. That's a fair call. Whoops. Goodbye.
I've got a 20-foot step. Get fucked.
He skedaddles. He's going for it.
And now for my secret feat.
Bodily throwing myself 20 feet
God.
on someone else's turn.
He looks like a beefy boy, so I'm not going to power attack because I'm going to want that extra +2.
He's an exceptionally beefy boy, yes.
His AC
Yeah.
is not great.
And Sigmund cracks his neck side to side and starts his attack sequence. So,
With +2s.
with the +2s. So, first off, we are going to go with the Mace of Spades primary attack. So, no flank, no power attack, and +2 to hit. Critical miss.
Nice. Oh wait, that's a critical miss.
The crit fail with 20. Jesus.
Oh,
Mamma mia.
The fighters, man.
That's a spicy meatball. What do you think's the effect here?
It's the fucking attack of opportunity, innit? That's what that is, I think.
It's kind of. Is it you're holding the great axe back? You go in with the Mace of Spades kind of under it, and he brings the great axe down while you're distracted.
Yeah, I think so.
It could be a combat maneuver of opportunity, if you will.
Ooh.
It's also possible and allows for sort of more variety of combat, if you will.
No,
But it's up
because
to you, of course.
Barratry would dump him into the sphere of annihilation, and I don't want to do that.
Fair enough.
That's a bit harsh for a single crit.
It
Yeah.
seems rude.
Sigmund already has enough experience with spheres of annihilation.
So that's PATHCO for this week. No. He may have just crit.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
dear.
So hang on.
How much damage is going to come out of that? I wonder.
It's a great
Quite
axe
a
is
lot.
times 3.
Ah, Christ, it is as
Great
well.
axes are ×3?
Yes, it is. Delta has
Oh.
been wielding this
That
thing
was
for.
that was a really bad time to roll a critical miss, guys.
That was a
Yep.
really
What
poor
was-
time to
yeah.
roll a critical miss.
It was a really
Back you
bad
to
time
receive
for...
a Hertz donut.
All right.
Oh,
What's
God.
16 times 3?
Great
30,
Ouch.
48.
55.
That's 60 points of damage.
Yeah, 54. Sorry.
54? 16 times 3 is 48.
Yes,
Yep,
and
plus-
he has
plus
3d6 plus
Oh yes,
12
of course,
damage.
of course.
So
Sorry,
it is-
48.
So it is 60 points of damage.
Okay, well,
Oh,
Sigma's still up,
my God.
but
He's
quite
up.
bloody.
My God, he's still up.
He's
Sigma
probably
just-
he's wobbling a little bit.
He's quite far down. He could use some help. It's like I think we see.
How does this This is 60 points of damage. What does this look like even?
I think it's something that would literally kill someone else. You know,
Yeah,
I think it
I
is
mean,
that like executioner style womp
Fucking-
downwards.
Back in the days of
Or
3.0
sideways.
and 3.5, that would trigger death by a fortitude save to resist death by massive damage.
Well,
Christ.
Pathfinder might still have those rules. Hang on.
Are we ignoring
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
No, we're not doing
I
that.
know we're ignoring those kind of rules, but just
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
that tends to look
What-
like.
Yeah.
I think,
Considering Sigmund has 101 HP overall, 60 points of damage is still
Massive whopper. Yeah.
big
Um,
whammy.
I think what this looks like is it catches underneath a plate of the armor and just kind of
Ooh.
cuts in, and
Ugh.
like Barratry is like laughing, like kind of, and Sigmund just kind of looks like he's sagging, but is like looks up and just through gritted teeth and just coughs out blood and just goes, "Not good enough," and then smacks him with the
Please don't roll
What about
another
that,
critical failure.
Please don't. That'd be a pretty good time for a critical success, in fact.
Yeah, indeed.
That would be good.
Just suggesting it.
Yeah, you say run would start playing, and then
Oh, 34.
that does hit.
It's pretty good. It's not a crit, but it's still pretty good.
cold iron, if that matters.
I
No.
don't believe so for Barratry.
Is horrible abyssal.
No
thing.
power attack, but it is.
Is that a bludgeoning weapon? Yes.
No, it is a. Well, actually, it's bludgeoning and piercing because it's a shield of shield spikes.
Say bludgeoning, I think.
Let me just check shields because it might be piercing.
By all means.
You take the plus 2s on that?
Yeah, that's with the plus 2s on that.
Okay, cool. Sure.
So that's 11 points of damage, and you want me to check in case he has some kind of damage resistance.
Yeah, I mean maybe if he does, you know,
Who
just
knows?
spitballing.
Okay, let me just check. If it changes it, or it adds it. A spiked shield is piercing.
Ah,
It replaces
right.
it. Okay.
Oof. So damage resistance, that's a number and then a type of thing.
Yes. And the type of thing is what overcomes it.
Right. Okay, so it's everything except for that.
Indeed.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Never mind then. Everything's good. And we said it was piercing, right?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So yeah, he takes those 11 points of damage.
Ah,
Next.
nice.
Next up,
And solid hit.
yeah. Next up, Mace of Spades, which is not that, but power attack, no. Additional hit modifier -3 because it's +2 and then -5. Mace of Spades for 19.
Good question. Don't believe hits.
Okay.
Oh.
And my...
No, AC is 18. Never
Yeah,
mind.
AC is 18, I believe I was about to say.
Okay. So Mace of Spades. 17, but that is bludgeoning.
17's that is bludgeoning damage. Right. So yeah, I think you break the kind of grapple that he has you in for a moment there, and he staggers backwards, but he does not appear as kind of wounded as you were anticipating. I think you basically get the mace into the small of his kind of belly, you know, and where you expect it to kind of give way, you feel a bit of resistance first.
Oh, I realised there was a combat maneuver thing there as well, but I forgot. I forgot to do it for the shield bash, but I've missed that. So bear in mind for this one.
Okay.
Next up, it is the second Shield of Arbello attack. Not power attack, additional hit modifiers, no -3. That is a
That's a
26 shield bash. Cool. What is his combat maneuver defense? Or how many increments above his combat maneuver defense is that, if any?
That I don't think. No, it doesn't beat his combat maneuver defense.
Okay.
So I think you shove into him and you feel it kind of catch, but he doesn't budge. Oddly enough, he's a wall of a man.
Okay.
Well, man, quote unquote.
Man, yeah, I was gonna say. Forgive a definition of man.
He's a wall of a thing.
So there are 9 points of damage.
So 9 points of damage, and that's piercing. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I think he is. You actually hear kind of wheezing slightly, and he is like on the back foot slightly.
Yeah. He also
looming
is
over you.
wheezing from me.
Yeah.
God.
Sigmund looks.
Is it the
very
whole
badly-
kind of? Is it the whole kind of thing where you're kind of resting on each other slightly,
Yeah,
like
it's
he's
a
got a
little bit
hand on
like-
your shoulder?
It's a little bit like boxers and we're just kicking the
Yeah.
shit out of each other. It's a little bit like that.
Yeah. So
God.
yeah, big whammies.
I've
Yeah.
just realized with sort of how this configuration is set up that as you have sort of this image of the Sphere of Annihilation eclipsing the fireball, then you would have had Barretry sort of coming out like from behind the Sphere of Annihilation, as if he's sort of like coming from in between the eclipse. So that's sort of a
Ooh,
look.
That is good aesthetic. Oh wow. Woof.
That looks great. That looks
That's
absolutely-
Barretry's Magic the Gathering card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just as I
That's
forgot.
limit break. This is
Oh yeah.
this is my ultimate.
Yeah.
Just as
shit.
I forgot. Okay, the Blindheim attacked Keith, but missed. I think with an 8. Yes.
Yes.
I'd be
Well,
extremely surprised if Keith has lower AC than 8. So that's your turn, right,
That's
Sigmund?
my turn. Yes, it's. Ugh, that was.
That was a rough turn.
That was a rough
Yeah.
one, but I did some damage back actually. Not 60 points, but some.
You've got him on the ropes. The ropes
Indeed.
are on.
Yeah.
Apollyon, it's your turn.
Indeed. Okay, first of all, I'm going to send in the boys. Oh, actually, I'm just going to check something. Because my boys can do some special stuff.
Did you boys get hit by the fireball?
No, I
No, you
moved them
moved
out
out
of the
of
way before I did that.
Ah, that's because you're a clever man. Oh, they're down
Indeed.
there. Sorry, I just
Yeah, they are
assumed-
down there.
Okay.
Okay.
We are- I'll be back in a second. Charles.
Okay. No, so invisibility does not give you bonuses to attack, it seems.
No, I don't think so.
That-
Attacking disrupts invisibility, doesn't it?
Yeah.
True.
Also, it is an
true.
Elder Scrolls.
Oh, yeah. Fair point. Okay. Because these boys can become invisible. I'm sending the dogs. Unleash the hounds. They are going to charge at him, and because and they can make their full attack and charge because they have that feat. So
That's a feat. That sounds dope. I'm into it.
yeah, I think it's a monster feat probably. But anyway.
Probably.
Okay, so, first of all, bite attack from the first one.
Okay.
Nope. Bite attack from the second one.
Yeah, he
21?
no sells that. That hits.
Okay. So that is going to be...
Get
okay.
+2s as well, I assume.
Ah, yes, indeed. I had not counted those. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway, I believe. 1d6 plus 4 then. So that is 10 damage.
So, what kind of attack is a bite attack? It's presumably slashing or piercing, isn't it?
A bite attack is piercing, I believe, because it's teeth.
Yeah, so it should hit. Okay.
Yes.
He is really on the ropes.
Okay, so he is pierced by that bite. Also, This has a grab, so what is his combat maneuver defense?
Roll to beat it, surely. Or do you use the
I
attack?
believe you use the attack if it's because the attack is 1d6 plus 2 damage plus grab. So I think it then uses the attack and not the bonus.
So it lunges at him. He's still sort of partially resting on Sigmund, like kind of wheezing slightly, but he's able to kind of grab it by the throat and just chuck it backwards.
He like grabs it by the tail and throws it off.
Ooh, that's worse.
But they are still here for another few goes. So here come 2 claw attacks from each one in quick succession.
And if they do get killed, they don't actually die. They just go back to where you summoned them from.
Okay, so that is 2 crits.
Nice.
Okay. So I will now roll in succession the damage of this. So first of all, this is 1d4 plus 2, I believe. The claws. This is slashing, for the record. So this is the first
judging
one.
by the amount of health Barratry has, I think this is likely to kill him.
Okay, so this is 4 damage because it's a crit. An 15 probably doesn't hit him, an 8 doesn't either. And then the other crit that's doubled, so that's 10 damage.
Okay, so he goes down. I think we'll probably wait for Matt to get back if that's all right. Just in terms of they
that
were
sounds good.
face to face with each other.
Oh, yeah, I'm bad.
Hello.
I'm back.
Yeah,
I was grabbing
the
that.
dogs have torn Barratry apart.
Oh, yeah, I just got back a couple of seconds before. But
Oh,
I'm
right,
still
okay.
muted because I'm eating an apple.
I see.
So it's basically as this occurs, I think Barratry is he's resting on Sigmund. He's dragged backwards by these dog things, and by the time they're done sort of tearing at him, his greatcoat is torn. His this horrible Studio Ghibli-esque leech-like flesh is kind of curling and recoiling and whatnot. And sort of lurching slightly, he just gives Sigmund a look, kind of a breathless, wheezing kind of laugh, and then turns and just begins to step over step, walk. He drops down off the roof onto the cliffside itself.
Is he trying to get into the water, or what is happening
Yes,
here?
he's walking towards the water, steaming slightly.
Can we try to stop him?
I
Yes.
wouldn't have that been an attack of opportunity.
I mean, he's dying, but yes.
Yeah, but I don't want him to go into the fucking water. He's one of Dagon's boys. Who knows what will happen?
Fair enough.
Um,
So, how do you stop it?
Does he get an attack of opportunity from Sig and
Probably, yes.
Okay, I will then allow the dogs to make an attack of opportunity. So that's going to be 1 from the first dog. That
So
does
we'll
not
say
hit.
there to begin with.
Okay, so the dogs do not hit him.
Sigmund?
Sigmund von Beck. What's he get? So he's trying to. How far below is the water here?
100 feet? Cliffs of Dover style, quite high.
Quite high. And you can't attack of opportunity as like a grab or anything like that, can you?
No, I don't believe so. I think that's probably a featable thing, just judging by the fact that we're playing Pathfinder.
That's true. That's a fair comment. I think Sigmund's gonna be like, "Oh, not today," and attempts to have his attack of opportunity. But flavorfully wise, he's gonna try and smack him in what counts for a knee on this man, just to try and slow him down.
Fair enough. He still has knees. What? Well,
Could just be leeches the whole way through. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah, that's a good point.
Whether or not it's leeches all the way through, and it's a single attack, and I didn't power attack last time, so this might hit.
Yeah.
Leeches all the way down.
So, attack roll. Does he count as being? No, it won't count. Does he count as being flanked because of the people behind?
no, I don't think so. You know what? Because he started off moving and was flanked, yeah, I don't see why not.
That's a 37.
Ooh, yes,
That
please.
definitely hits. So I think you just swing your mace up into him, and the resistance that was there is no longer there.
Okay.
Ugh.
So I think he just kind of crumples and I think he's a sort of a step away from the cliff edge,
Mm,
and just kind of face down.
That
nice.
was slug wing damage, by the way, on the with the metal space. Ooh, I should have.
Regardless.
Yeah.
And I think after another few rasping breaths, Sigmund, you in particular hear him say, "A fine afternoon's entertainment." And then he's still.
All right.
And Sigmund goes, "Is he down?"
I think so.
And Sigmund just fucking drops at that point.
Damn.
Collapses.
I think Sigmund says, "Is he down?" And then a musket bullet just hits him in the head just to be sure.
And Sigmund's
Nice.
just like,
Double tap style.
Yeah.
quick thinking, and just like, just falls over backwards.
Yeah.
Just like, on his back in the rain, just these deep rasping breaths, just like,
Yeah. As at this point, you think have gotten up on the thing?
Yeah, I think we're now in cutscene time. I'll say that remaining blind time is also dead, just because, you know.
Yeah. Just being
Keith
knocked
can
off the
make
thing
short
by
work of him.
Keith. I mean, the
Yeah,
thing
something
probably
like that.
flees at this point, seeing that Barrett is
Oh,
down.
probably, yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah, I think it lunges for the water, and you know,
Yeah,
it's a frog.
it is.
So yeah, we're in cutscene time. We're in cutscene space. So what are
Okay.
you guys doing?
I'm gonna heal Sigmund.
Or dialogue space, I guess.
yeah, I'm just like, "Ugh. He hit me really hard, Dave."
Does this help? It's 6 points down.
Sigmund just like reaches up and just ready to fight the world again, Dave. Thanks, mate.
He hit me
Apollyon,
hard, It's like, shut up.
Apollon's as he's passing by.
I was gonna take the piss out of you, Glanville, but that fucking sucked.
Try getting hit. Try getting hit twice.
Oh,
As Apollyon passes, he sort of puts his hand on Sigmund's forehead and goes, he'll live. And I think I will try to study the remains of Barratry and see what the hell.
Skeleton you can get in.
Well, no, I'm mainly just because it's leeches, so there's not really a skeleton to be had here. I'm mainly seeing if there's like if this is an interesting specimen I can sell before I have the dogs eat him.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean
Why?
they're hungry boys. They're specifically stated
They're
to be.
hungry Death Warden dogs.
Yeah, true, but they are still like hungry boys in general.
True.
just a heads up, Napoleon. He said he did one of those cryptic about to die things. I don't know if he's one of these comeback dealies.
Yeah,
So
you know,
just
yeah, you see, that's why it's good policy to have this guy being eaten by these outsiders, and then I just send them back to their native plane, and Bob's your uncle, gone.
I thought Azazel was your uncle.
He can have
Yes.
multiple uncles, Sigmund.
I'm a buckhard. I definitely have multiple uncles. Although, considering our
Also,
naming
Azazel
convention,
might have an offspring
probably
husband.
none of them are named Bob.
Named Bob. Oh.
Bob,
Oh, there you go. He could have married into the family.
Who knows?
Do you think if you do marry into the Buckhuts, they make you change your name?
Oh, definitely.
Nope, it's not Greek enough. Swap it out.
Absolutely. Okay, can I roll a...
Oh, I just remembered something as well. Yeah, gotcha. Never mind.
Okay.
So confused.
Not sure I'm catching that either, but okay.
Oh, okay, no, I'll tell you later.
Alright, sure.
Matt remembers something.
Okay, can I roll knowledge planes or something to see what this guy is? Or knowledge nature, whichever one.
Ooh. Probably knowledge arcana would be most effective, but I'll give you something for either of those.
Yeah, I'll roll knowledge arcana then. Piss.
You're
God.
sort of taking a look over it, and you're actually standing on the roof at this point as well, just looking at the space. And it's just kind of it's now kind of a large puddle. It doesn't smell good. Yeah, it seems to be beyond your experience.
Right.
Just in terms of, as a sorcerer, a lot of your understanding of magic is through experience as opposed to arcane learning.
Indeed.
And you've not summoned anything like it before. You've not, read about, to an extent, anything like it before. You've not read through a magical tome.
No, indeed. Okay. Yeah. Well, I suppose there's nothing to be gained out of you. Have at it, boys.
Dave, as you are able to take a glance over it, you're aware that Barratry himself appeared to be a faceless Hulk.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good name.
It's a good name. It's a faceless Hulk or an Ugaroth, which I think is even better.
Good combo.
He can speak any language, which never really came up. I don't know why it would have done, but...
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. He could have done a blood drain, and I'm not entirely sure how that would have happened, but he could have. That was kind of what I got the leech thing from. And, yeah, he's essentially this massive... there's not a skeleton in there.
Oh, no, definitely not.
No. And I think by the time that whole miserable business is done with, there are four things left on the ground. There is, of course, Barratry's Great Axe, which is a great axe that is about Barratry's size. It's pretty goddamn big, and it's covered in these embedded barnacles, like they're almost clinging onto it like the hull of a ship. There is also a large sort of pewter ring and 2 potions.
Okay.
So, Dave, if you have any other questions about Barratry, by all means. But essentially, it seems like it was some sort of arcane construct that, potentially was originally created by some sort of magic user, went off on its own way, or was even potentially created by a cult of the sea god Dagon first.
Of the Dagon variety.
Yeah. Your common or garden cult.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Dave's probably like, oh, I wonder if, like, as he's going to go inspect it, and then the dogs start eating, and he's like, you know what? Okay.
Yeah. Turns around on the spot.
Yep. Nope.
That's Simpsons gift. Yeah, but it's camera offing that. Your dogs also disappear unless we want to do anything else with the dogs.
No, I don't. I think they're good. I think they've done
You give
their
them
part.
a scritch under their chins and tell them that they've both been good boys, and they poof.
Poof. Okay.
Yeah. So there are 4 items on the ground, and I think Fossil is also here now. She's sort of catching her breath back slightly, and there are now Tide Knights kind of swarming the place. Apparently, there were essentially a sort of barrage of blind heims sort of coming down all over the place. So they've been clearing the exterior of the fort while that whole fracas was occurring.
Right.
If no one has anything that they want to do at the moment, she's going to seek out Dave.
I think I have one more thing before we
By
get
all
to
means.
that. I would like to use Detect Magic to see if Barratry's Great Axe is a magic weapon.
Or any of the other things he dropped.
Or any of the other things that you don't... Well, I sort of assumed the ring and the potions to be magical to some extent, but you never know.
Yes, they're all magical.
Okay, cool. That's good, because that means that the axe will rescale because it's a magic weapon. Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead with what you were saying.
Fantastic. I'm glad you kept the size bounds in mind there, Mon.
Yeah.
I hope you know that I wouldn't have been like, ho, and it's too big for you, so you struggle, huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, big axe.
I might. But I'm a bad man.
Badman. So yeah, Dave, unless there's anything else that you want to do, or Glambar?
Well, I mean, I'm curious about what the potions are, but...
I mean, you can do that now, or you can wait until fossils come, either or.
I mean, can I walk and talk?
Yes.
I
She
multitask,
can be
probably.
talking to you while you're doing this, certainly.
Yes.
Roll a spellcraft check.
Oh, yeah, I have to do that. Probably.
So you're diagnosing the rings, or the ring, or the potion?
Potions.
Fair enough.
21.
For a 21, those are 2 potions of Enlarge Person.
Ah, so he might not have been that big unless he could have been bigger.
No, he could have been bigger.
I've actually
No,
already got one of
he
these.
he was already that large.
What happens if you drink multiple enlarged potions?
I don't think they stack.
No, I don't think so.
Disappointingly.
Well, I've now got, was it three potions of enlarged person, which is 3 more than I ever expected to have.
God.
Yeah.
Shame that they don't stack, otherwise we could have had one hell of a field day.
It's Attack of the 50-foot Dave.
God.
Well, there's one for almost everyone to drink, so... you have one for Dave and one for each of the dwarves, and they will all be roughly the same size.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All be the same size category at least.
Mm.
Right.
Will be bigger.
So
Anyway.
while you're looking into this, I think Fossil will sort of seek you out and. Well, that was some fine work. Glad you dealt with that thing. Are you and yours all right?
Sigmund gives a thumbs up from lying down still on the ground.
He doesn't seem all right.
I think we're looking kind of a bit... Glanvor's really not okay. Sigmund's not great.
Well, I mean, it's
better.
a fully functioning Tardnad's fort. If your men want to recuperate here, we can look out for yourselves for a couple of hours. Ensure that if there is something large-scale occurring in Scumport itself, you won't be interfered with.
As Glanvar drags himself to his feet and leans on his bow as a sort of like a very lightly, almost like he's like a staff. Do we have the time?
I can't actually remember why we were trying to get across the river.
If you refer back to the Scumport map,
I know that's where the Pathfinder Society is.
you know that's where the Pathfinder Society is. You know that's where Sobek, if I recall, has created his own fledgling empire, which is one half of Scumport currently.
Oh, right, okay. I think we were like... The idea was
And you're also aware that Tilda lost a few crew members over near the Haunted Quarter.
Okay.
I believe I mentioned it. That seems like some kind of
was kind of to round up our friends, maybe the Pathfinder Society, and then kick the
Kick Sobek's
hell out of
ass.
the Empire of Sobek.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we forgot to say, Dave, on the way here, we spoke to the Gladiators Society. They're probably going to be able to help us. Oh, we met Seth. He's doing great, by the way. He's got an eye patch now. It looks dope.
What happened to his eye?
Oh no, I think it's fully aesthetics.
Okay. I like that idea.
And oh shit, yeah, you should try that. But
James' cherubic little face, so an eye patch
God,
would make any
yes.
difference.
in order to help Seth out and get his assistance, we need to deal with the I can't zoom in enough on this map.
Oh no.
The bad ones.
Yeah, the bad ones.
I think it's the Republic of Free Scumport.
The Republic of... Oh, now it's zoomed in. Now I've clicked.
Yes.
The Republic of Free Scumport.
Yep, Republic of Free Scumport are the fascists.
We've got... They've been having some trouble with them. If we can get them off Seth's back, that's going to be a good foothold on making our way across that there bridge.
Oh, we were getting a boat, so we didn't need the bridge.
Or... Well,
I guess, like, what order do we do things in? Like, do we go over, because we don't have to, like, go over to the Empire of Sobek and then kick the Empire of Sobek out, like, in one go. We can go there, like, find Aunt Tilda's people, see if the Pathfinder Society are okay, and then we can round everyone up into the Free Scumportian Republic to help deal with the Republic of Free Scumport. Or we could do it the other way around.
Well, in order to help Antilda, we need to be across the river anyway, right? Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, essentially the quest from Antilda at the moment is she's lost a couple of crew members overboard, at the Haunted Quarter in particular.
Oh, it
Sure.
wasn't those cute half-elves that I made friends with.
It was definitely the cute half-elves that you made friends with. I just don't have their names on record. I'm still looking
I
for them.
think you might have sent me the doc, but I don't know if I had their names on. I'll have a look.
Hang on, it's I've got it in my Google Docs. It's called PATHCO Pirate Quest.
Nice.
Well, if I'm thinking about this, and you'll have to...
That's
I think it's
that's the
on-
title of the mobile game.
Yeah.
Well, PATHCO
It's a
Pirate
gacha.
Quest. It
It's a
definitely
gacha.
is. Oh,
And
For the record, it's John and Quinn that were lost overboard, who are the two sort of younger folks who, essentially, they were looking to prepare boats, and then the whole sort of dire crocodile thing started, and may have been Tilda's fault.
So I think if we can get, it's going to be tricky to get across everyone we need across the bridge. It's going to be really obvious, but I think if we can, and you'll forgive me if I get this the wrong way around, because I just took a real bad blow. I think, and he's doing this from the ground still. He's still lying down. I think.
And being rained on.
Yeah, I think if we can somehow deal with the Republic of Free Skumport and free up Seth, that will help us subterfugely get a few people, a small elite unit across the bridge. We can then head down, avoiding Sobek, get to the Haunted Quarter, free that up, which will then allow us to bring across more people en masse in boats and have that as our staging point. Does that make sense?
Very good.
I guess so. The whole reason we came here to the Tide Night Fort was to try and get some boats to get across the whole river full of crocodiles. They could probably take out some the crocodiles at least. I mean, like, fighting big monsters in the sea is kind of what you do, right?
Oh, that's true. That's right.
It's a fossil.
Tide Knights do have boats. I'd forgotten about that.
She
Big
just
fucking armored ones.
no-sells it and gestures out to the two hanging, like, metal-bottomed boats that are currently, like, at varying, these aren't at the same scale. I think one's, like, halfway down the cliff and one's, like, a little bit further. But they're essentially hanging off these large wooden and metal cranes. But they are kind of American Civil War style metal-bottomed ships, wooden metal,
Oh, hey, well, if we can do that, we can go and help Tilda now. Then, I don't know, maybe once we've got that staging point up, send someone over to deal with the Republic of Free Skumport. Then we can get some gladiators coming over with us. Yeah. Okay, in which case, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna have a sleep for a second.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Is he all right?
You know,
He'll
there's some
live.
beds and stuff downstairs. Sigmund, you don't have to lie in the rain, Sigmund.
Okay, well, he didn't pass out.
Can we get down?
Jensen,
Can we get
bait!
down?
And she calls out, and I think two sort of older-looking female Tide Knights, one just kind of shoulders Sigmund, and start to kind of abseil down the roof. Yeah. So what are you all doing? Fossil is
ready.
pretty happy to offer her ships. She has a pair of ships here. They're not massive, they're not galleons or whatever, but she does have two patrol vessels that are, they were here kind of undergoing repairs, and are repaired when this whole crisis occurred.
I'm ready personally to have some lay on hands thing done. Let's get some heals.
Yeah, this
Well, that's
sounds
basically
like
it.
a good idea.
They're happy for you to, I think we can abstract this out in terms of you can either be fully healed or you can take a long rest here, and we'll kind of call this our day. And yeah, as I know some of you all have daily abilities and whatnot, and we've had a pretty long day so far.
Yeah, I am definitely in favor of some long resting being done, because my spell slots.
Miss slots. Yeah,
Slots.
I've burnt quite a lot of mine as well.
My wounds.
My wounds.
I imagine it's going to take a little. Sorry, this is not me speaking this in, but I imagine it's going to take a little bit of time to get the boats ready as well, right? Like it's not like we can just drop them into the water and get.
I mean,
immediately.
they are the Tide Knights, but yeah, these
true.
these were two ships in kind of repair status, so they are kind of a little bit in dry dock. But yeah, they can essentially have this up and running by probably this evening, and it's like 1 or 2 p.m. now, so
You said it was 11
you could
before.
get a full sort of 8 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the question.
Not necessarily sleeping, but like just.
No, it's a long rest, so I
Chilling.
think potentially that includes taking a nap, that includes being healed, that includes eating something.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I think Fossil drops down to where Barrettry's body is, and the fifth object there, which just occurred to me, is the Amulet of the Sphere, which she is going to
Right, I forgot about that.
crush in her in one of her hands, which causes the sphere to be eradicated.
That's
There
the
is
hole in the
now,
middle of the dining hall.
yeah, there's a hole in the mitle of the dining hall.
Mhm.
So
Like
that's
that
just kind of-
decorative feature.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's it's an interesting piece of architecture, really.
I mean, it'll
Yeah.
be a story to laugh about at some point. And she's just kind of looking out at like there's half a breakfast table that's just kind of there.
God.
Ugh, bad. Some of the Tide Knight sort of research scientists are kind of cleaning up their shit, which was kind of scattered all over the place when the sphere expanded.
Indeed.
So, essentially, you've got a little bit of downtime here. So, if there are any scenes that we want to do, or Scumport is open to you guys. If you want to go check in on Tilda, or if you want to go check in on Seth or Tanya or anything like that, accessible.
Okay.
Or Dominic.
Fucking Dominic.
No thanks.
I have something.
By all means.
Well,
some of Dominic's things.
yeah, more specifically, 105 gold's worth of something.
Oh, you gonna make a souffle?
I was going to say, yeah, a souffle of bones, but that just sounds terrible. Like,
It
what
doesn't
would that
sound
even
good.
be? It's just, ugh.
Souffles are pretty soft and bones are pretty hard. So I don't...
I thought
Oh.
I ordered my souffle boneless.
It's like what's it called? Like bone dust.
Now that's true.
Like you get when you put on gardens and stuff.
Like powdered sugar just on the top. Yeah, that could be...
That's so nasty.
Flour.
You're the one who's eating it.
I'm making it, not eating it. It's a very
I
big
see. You're making it
difference.
a cruel surprise for everyone.
God.
Anyway, so what are you doing with your 105 gold pieces?
Well,
Worth something or other. I don't actually know what you're doing.
Making
it's
some skeletons.
I'm
presumably.
making some skellies. Yeah. Okay. Question: Can I? Because my long rest only takes 4 hours, and it's meditation because I'm an elf. Does that mean that I can go and try and get these skeletons? Probably not from the gladiators' quarters because those statues will still be roaming around there. That was a bit of a hassle.
I think the whole thing about the half long rest thing is I think it's still implied that you take the other 4 hours to rest. Like in terms of
Right. I see.
you can be making breakfast or catching up.
Yeah,
on your...
indeed.
You know what I mean? There are different
Yeah,
kinds
yeah,
of rest.
of course.
I think
Basically,
it's
what I
more
was.
from a narrative standpoint, it's like, oh well, then it would be harder for something to sneak up on me because I'm actually kind of awake.
Yeah, indeed.
It's like Sunday.
Okay. Do you think?
No one does anything on Sundays, you know. So
No, it's just not
Lord's
good
Day.
practice.
I just can't be asked usually, but okay.
Can't be asked. Well, I mean that is what the Lord said on Sunday, so to be honest, they're not too far apart.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. So can I find a place where skeletons would be more sort of generally accessible than in the quite protected graveyard of Forsaken Souls?
Yeah, I'd say roll a knowledge local check.
I will do that.
I mean, you've actually spent a reasonable amount of time in Scumport.
Yeah,
so I'd
this
be
is true.
surprised if you didn't, but still.
Oh, I don't actually have a point in knowledge local.
I'd say that's something that you can roll untrained. I'm pretty happy for knowledge checks to be rolled untrained, frankly.
21?
So I think
21?
for a 21, it's reasonably easy to find a graveyard of some kind. I think it's probably like a one a little bit off the beaten path.
Mhm.
Like it's not in the city itself. It's kind of
Right.
there are these isolated smaller settlements that are kind of over to the west and have mostly been left out of the fighting. Or at least kind of walls being put up
Indeed.
that the rest of Scumport is under. So I think it's easy enough for you to look into some skellies, yeah.
Okay.
How many are you making?
Well, okay, so I have 105 gold worth of onyx and it costs 25 per hit dice. However, let me quickly look up something because I am oh, come on. No, go back.
You're right there, buddy.
I'm just
You haven't
googling
finished yet.
something. Ah, no, there it is. It wasn't named Flaming Skeleton. It was named Burning Skeleton. Okay.
Bernie Skeleton. He's my
yes.
favorite presidential candidate.
So these guys cost double hit dice to make.
But they are on fire forever.
But they are on fire forever, and when they die, they do explode.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Unless it explodes near you, I guess, but it's still pretty good.
I guess. Okay. Although, thinking action economy...
Did Polly just get the flash forward of that being like, oh, it's cool, but it might explode near me?
Yeah. Okay. No, I am going to make the... what if I made zombies?
Is there anyone else who has anything to do in this?
Yeah, by the way, go ahead, guys. Sorry.
I think Sig's going to be healing up as part of his time. I think that has to respect the fiction. I know we're not doing massive damage. He did take 60 in one turn, and that's a lot. I think I have to respect that somewhat.
That's a massive amount.
It's probably you and Glanvar healing up in the same kind of... unless, Glanvar has any process to this, obviously, but, there's a barrack space in the fort itself, so I'm assuming that that's where they have you hold up.
Yep.
Yeah. So how do we do this? Is this a roll? Is this because you don't have hit dice on a long rest the same way that you do in 5th edition?
I thought we just took everything back. If we get a long rest.
Full health, long rest.
Right.
I'm essentially saying, I know the timeline doesn't fully work it out, but I'm essentially saying, that's a day, and this is day 2,
Yeah.
Okay, full health then.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not complaining.
So are we going to start up, for an evening? Ooh, maybe we are going to start for, an evening when it's dark going across to get to...
Oh, that is a good look. I like that.
Because that'll be about 10, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Because we don't want to wait to do that anyway, right?
I mean, likely.
Yeah, okay. I think that makes sense.
Actually,
Going to the haunted quarter at night. Sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, this is a good move.
Dave, did you have anything that you wanted to do in the little downtime here?
Okay. Sigmund does have a kind of... He's going to talk to Dave about the Republic of Free Scumport and brief them on that, because we might need a talker to try and get them around to stop doing it.
That seems reasonable.
Once manage to persuade God, Queen, Demigod not to invade the country, so...
Yeah.
Pretty good track record.
This is true.
So, Sigmund's gonna...
She wasn't from Scumport, though.
Sigmund's gonna brief Dave
God,
on what they're doing.
Imagine how differently our beautiful future would have gone if she was.
It'd been a lot less classy.
And then we robbed these corpses, and then we committed, what's the then, strictly speaking, we invaded a sovereign nation through subterfuge.
Yep, you did do that.
And all of this kind of business.
Sorry. Did you have anything there, Dave?
Not really.
Fair enough. Is anyone getting or looking into the other items off of barracking?
Yeah, I forgot about the ring. Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Okay, I'll say that's as you're relatively unharmed compared to the rest of the party, and you're more kind of recuperating. You can roll a spellcraft check there if you'd like.
Cool, sure. I've got to 35? No, not 35, 25 points of damage, which is a lot, but I had 78 health overall, not too bad. Spellcraft. 12.
12.
That's impressive.
So you're aware that it's some sort of kind of conjuration spell, which I think maybe I can't. Is that the D&D term as well? I know it's the Skyrim term. It's a conjuration spell, but you're not certain as to what it actually does. Roll a D20 for me.
Back somewhere. Okay.
Ooh, I'll say that, and this I don't think this actually. You don't take any damage that can't be sort of healed back over the downtime, but I think as you're sort of examining it, your finger brushes the gem in the actual sort of pommel of the ring, I suppose, which is a kind of a murky white-blue color. And as you do, a dagger appears in your left hand, and so you just kind of nick your thumb on it. But it essentially is a ring of icicle dagger. So it summons a perfectly formed dagger of ice in your hand.
Ooh, that is nice.
It's a nice concept. I think it's 3 charges per day.
Someone who can do more than a single point of damage using a dagger should probably have this.
Does it form like from the ring, the dagger? Does it make like a thing like around your hand, and then the dagger blade sort of extends out from it?
Off.
Yes, sure. That sounds dope.
Okay.
And I think the dagger itself has like a little bit of a dry ice effect going on. You know, there's like a little bit of
yeah, that's
cool,
good.
Cool, whatever it's called. I can't remember what happens with dry. You know, the like steam, for want of a better word.
Indeed.
Condensation, I guess.
One of those things.
Actually, it melted. It goes straight from its solid to its gaseous state.
I think there is a word for that, but I have no idea what it is. So it's that. It's a +1 great axe.
Sublimation.
Sublimation.
Yep.
Ooh, cool.
That's
a good mecha name. Can someone make a note of that? So
what
that's
did you say there? Sorry.
sublimation, I think.
Sublimation.
Sublimation, indeed.
So that's a +1 great axe. That's a ring of icicle dagger with 3 charges per day, and 2 potions of enlarged person. If anyone. wants
we said that like my summoning, not my summoning, my wand of cure light wounds could like replenish its charges, but I don't know how many its max was. 6 maybe.
Okay. Roll a d3. Okay, there you go. Regain 2 charges. So if it's on 1 now, it should be on 3.
3, indeed.
Cool. Toast the Knowing is also back, by the way. She returned with Sigmund and Apollyon, and pretty much watched the fight from a chimney stack. Probably the one that you were nearest to.
I have a question.
By all means.
Lesser Animate Dead has a limiter, namely that I can only create small or medium skeletons or zombies. However, normal Animate Undead, or Animate Dead, as I have it, does not have this specification.
I think that's probably deliberate.
What I would like to do is find a crocodile. Just not a dire one, just a normal crocodile.
Oh yeah, there's loads of those in Scunport.
I was going to say, I don't think that's a common thing in Scunport, is it?
Isn't it now? Because they're in the water everywhere?
Well,
Yeah, those are dire
that were brought over by
true.
the invasion force.
But there's not also normal crocodiles in the water.
Roll a knowledge local check.
Okay.
Alternatively, canonically, doesn't Apollyon know of a shop that sells exotic pets in Scunport?
That is
stole
also
from it and like
true.
burn it down or something.
Isn't that on the other side of the river?
That is also quite possible. Alternatively,
That's
like
where the
a dire
bar
crocodile is fine as long as it is a small one that has 4 or less hit dice.
I
can
don't
summon
think
a crocodile
it's
for
small,
you.
it's a dire crocodile.
Maybe one, you monster.
Crocodiles.
Ugh, no, that's not good.
What's that?
5.
So, I think you're able to. You wander for a little while here, and I think it's growing towards dusk at this point. Like, you've been out for a few hours.
Where's this damn crocodile?
Hunting for skunks.
And I think you find yourself in the Republic of Free Scumport. And as you're sort of wandering around, you do feel like there's a marked difference of this place to the rest of Scumport, just in terms of it's pretty clearly the more wealthy neighborhoods that have sort of blocked themselves off. So, like, there's actual kind of more than the usual presence of guards and whatnot, and they've all got these individual tabards of the militia of different quote-unquote noble houses or wealthy merchants. And I think you sort of wander around for a while. And I'm trying to read my notes and failing for a pretty long time there. And you encounter a quite a plump-looking, dark-skinned man with a handlebar mustache. walking a crocodile. It seems to be like a crocodile of reasonable size. And it has a large blue bow on the top of its head.
No.
Napoleon's gonna take one look at that crocodile and say, nah. And he's gonna turn around and go back through the rest of the party.
Ugh, phew.
You know what that is?
Growth.
Not stealing a man's pet.
And
That was a
and
moral
killing
puzzle
it.
if you passed it. Well done. You're lawful good now, Apollyon. That's what it takes.
Wow, that's what it takes, eh?
Yep. You can put that on your driving license and everything.
Nice.
I can
That means
imagine
you
if
get
had
to-
put your alignment on your driving license.
It'd be rough.
Chaotic neutral.
Classic neutral driver.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's you're definitely getting double price speeding tickets for that one. Right. So, anything else that folks want to do here? Do you actually want to make any undead in this downtime, Apollyon?
No, I'm kind of looking for an opportunity to get something that is better than just, normal skellies, because, I mean, they're not terrible, but they're terrible.
Yeah, it's like Barrett and
What are their
Barrett and
feelings?
Mod. Yeah, Keith wipes a silent tear away from his eye.
Oh, shut up, Keith. You haven't got any tear glands.
Or
Basically, I was looking for...
Gosh.
Basically, what I was trying to look for was to get a skeleton crocodile that they could all ride on. But, well, that's not really happening, is it? Maybe over time I can collect more onyx so that I have enough to revive something bigger.
I mean, it's definitely something that you should keep an eye out for. I mean, it
Yeah,
is Scumport. I'm just literally thinking, respecting the fiction, the side of the city with the bazaar on is the one that's currently in the part.
Yeah.
Indeed,
the,
yeah. I mean,
Empire of Sobek.
yeah, if we are
Oh, no,
going
the
to
lady that I got toast
Sobek's...
from.
If we are going to Sobek's place, there's bound to be crocodiles in there. Plus, he's a god of undeath. Or death. I get the two confused sometimes.
Yeah, it's more or less equivalent.
Yeah, especially in my family.
Holy
True.
smokes. Same thing.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty reasonable meal on at the Tide Night Fort if you'd like it. It's kind of like a big kind of it's like seafood if you were having it on the land. So like instead of dry biscuit, it's actually like freshly made biscuits and some sort of thick stew. I think probably a lot of seafood.
How are the Tide Knights getting on with the, well, frankly large amount of undead?
Skeletons and a horrible monster.
Not our department.
Yeah, I think kind of it's not
Ollie's
really.
eating at a table on his own. Like the loser kid.
Also, you guys did just kind of clear out that whole thing that was about to eat their fort, so...
This is true.
I think, by the way, you're all sitting in the meeting hall / mess hall, and there's just someone's put up tarps over the kind of huge spherical hole.
It's like a single cone that says trip hazard on it in the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it suspended in midair?
It's hanging from the ceiling.
God.
And there's a very formal Tide Knight woman who's with a like a tick board, who's just like checking it off. Like, yep, populace suitably warned. But aside from that, I think life in the Tide Knights Fort has pretty much gone back to normal. It's kind of on lockdown just to protect you guys, and also because they've just had a pretty risky incident with a priest of Dagon.
Indeed.
But yeah. So is there anything else you guys would like to do at Fort Fisheye, or do we want to progress on to whatever we're doing next? And what is the plan, I suppose?
I'm good to progress.
Yeah, I feel like we don't have to. Maybe we should call it around about here. Like we can talk about what we want to do next, obviously. But
Yeah, I was thinking...
this is like a good place.
Yeah, this seems like a good place.
Okay, fine. Then we can do the kind of opposite of a cliffhanger in terms of you guys are just kind of hanging out and having like a reasonably rested meal after a really
Yeah.
rough day. Like,
I've made a little drawing of the crocodile.
Oh, she's so pretty.
She's
Oh.
super pretty.
My dream
I
girl.
think maybe we get a couple of shots of like people or Sigmund having a look at the boat and like, okay, we need this many people to get across here, and like a little bit of charting. Because presumably we're heading over to the Forbidden Quarter next. That's the general plan, is that right?
Haunted Quarter, yes.
the Haunted
Yeah.
Quarter. Anyone can go there, they just don't.
We don't go to the haunted
We ain't
quarter.
afraid of no ghosts, though.
This is true.
You have been there before as well.
Probably. I feel like when we came in before, we were going to go in it, and then we got to the gate, and we looked in, we were like, actually, nah.
I think that was basically it. I think I was
What happened?
something spooky there, and you were just like, okay, time to leave.
Yeah.
Time to go. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's the nice kind of Studio Ghibli style. You know, you get a catered meal for you, and I think
Nice.
you sit at the end of a table of Tide Nights, and I think you're toasted
Yeah.
because you actually helped some people today.
Indeed.
So yeah,
Right.
in that case, I think we're good for this time.
Indeed.
Thanks a lot for PATHCOing with us this evening.
Oh, XP.
XP.
Oh yes.
I
Indeed.
We
can't-
didn't do it for the one, like the fight with the weird statues, and stuff.
Well, I
didn't
mean,
do it for
that
either.
was not so much a challenge fight as it was a sort of
Hit and run.
Puzzle.
a hit and run.
It was a heist. It was a corpse heist.
Yeah, it was a corpse heist.
True. Okay.
One of Apollyon's many.
One moment.
I'll tell you what, though, Sigmund.
2,800 points of experience.
Ooh, hello.
2,800.
Yeah, so 2,800 points of experience. The bulk of that was barratry, unsurprisingly.
Wow.
Really?
Who'd have thunk?
Yeah, find that.
I am still an awful long way away from leveling up.
Same. Okay. Yeah, so I think as
Most of us.
dinner is going on, Apollyon's sort of talking to Sigmund, saying, tell you what, Sigmund, I've been in much higher stakes corpse heists than this one, though.
Tide Knight gives him a heavy side eye and moves a few inches to the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you talking about? Yeah, that aren't your department anyway.
Doesn't mean it isn't rude. Someone said. Like,
Yeah.
keeps being.
Ah,
I think
yada,
they get
yada,
up
yada.
and change spots.
Yeah, Apollyon whispers to Sigmund, you know, Sigmund, I actually used to be in a cult of Dagon once, but honestly, that was only for a couple of months, and they don't need to know that.
No, like you should probably keep that on the DL. To be honest.
Yeah, I
Flicks
know.
Apollyon and
Why
like
were you in a
the
cult of
camera-
Dagon anyway? Were you experimenting? Were you
Yeah, I
following
mean,
them?
it was just a phase, man. I was 37. Everyone goes through that.
That is true. Sigmund does
Sigmund is older than 37, isn't he?
not. Is he? I did write this down. No, he's not. He's 34.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
Okay.
something to look
I guess-
forward to.
So
Fantastic.
I've got that to look forward to.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Apollyon says. Believe me, you've got that to look forward to.
Oh, that's right, because I made Sigmund about my age when I started this campaign, and now he's
Oh.
5 years younger than me.
Oh, no.
Yup. I mean, the campaign in World has
Actually, he's
probably been
30
going
now.
for about a year, so
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
35
more than
now.
that, even, I think.
yeah, maybe a year and a half by this
Yeah,
point, but
something
that
like
kind
that.
of ballpark.
Yeah,
Means
yeah.
that Dave might technically be 20, which would classify him as an adult.
Jesus.
Halfling.
Indeed.
Halfling
I mean, I'm
terms.
25 and I don't class myself as an adult. So what do you think? I'm still 25, right? Yeah. okay,
31
I
and
have-
I'm still on. 31 and I'm still on the fence.
See, there. you
Uh,
go. Well, wait until you're 37 then.
Yeah, indeed.
apparently.
Yeah.
Fuck. Right. I think that's PATHCO for this week, isn't it?
I think it is. So I'm going to count down the stream.
Rub it
Say
out.
goodbye to the stream,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Stream. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.